wonderful day. Good morning, Facebook, and how are you? This is Sylvia Randolph coming to you once again just to tell everyone out there to have a beautiful, lovely, wonderful day. On yesterday, I did some research again, constantly in the books, trying to figure out just how to make the lives of women, children, and families better. How do I get the word out there to the people, to those people who make great effects and change in people's life? How do we understand social reform in relation to policy? How do we understand social reform in relation to philanthropy? I had the opportunity on yesterday to listen to a forum out of the J.F. Kennedy Harvard University Forum Center, and you know, the interesting thing, the question was, is philanthropy, or does philanthropy, excuse me for my tongue-tiedness, work? And I must say that the forum was very informative, and it definitely opened up the understanding that one's ideal and interpretation of reform or social reform for the betterment of those that are impoverished says that we must look at the full spectrum of things before we just delve in and dive into things that are going to effectively have a measurable change on people's lives. And so when I talk about issues of foster care and social services, when I look at that and the issue of social reform, because that's its overall purpose and goal is to provide some form of change economically and sustainably in someone's life, yet it must have the full components that are going to drastically make those changes. One being education, employment, and I'm going to add here the housing. Something that's going to definitely have something stable where one can have I was talking with someone yesterday who was incarcerated, just got out of jail, had done a long bid, and he talked about the things that's going to assist him in providing a regiment in which he will not return back into the things that he has done or did that landed him in his position for jail. And the only thing that I can say is that in our discussion, we talked about having a strict regimen, something that says, here is my daily routine. And the one thing he stressed, he said, I need work. I need to go to work. And for that purpose, when he said that, he definitely made it in the effective manner that says, you know, I could go over to that shelter and I'll have to stand there behind the shelter and wait until 5 o'clock until the doors open. He said, but what difference does that make for me? He said, that really doesn't have any different or great effect of who or what I did in the past, standing around doing a little bit of nothing and just waiting. He said, so I applied to this place, a place in the District of Columbia. He was able to get into that place, and he says he's just waiting. Told him that someone who is going to be very supportive, having a strong support system, a network that's going to assist him. So when I had that discussion with him, it was beautiful. He didn't complain about the system. He didn't talk about the system. He acknowledged what he did wrong and what he's going to need in order for him to leave that life alone after returning into the community. And so I encourage many people. This goes to speak to those women who were incarcerated, who are going through a reentry program, who may not have seen their children in years, and their children may be living in the foster care system with families and or at that point in time, complete strangers. Be strong. There is a network system out there. The District of Columbia does have a network system for women who are re-entering into the community. They have not yet pushed a lot of focus around families becoming reunited together again. And that was one of the areas that I definitely was looking into. because of the stringent and the returning back into a system of freedom rather than coming from a system of being in jail and locked up, to return back to a family network, especially your youth who are now, or your children who are now probably teenagers or grown adults, is a process. But if they're in the foster care system, ask for help. Continue to work with the system so that you can build a relationship, if at all any, once again, with your children. But if not, and those of you that come out of the system and decide to let your children be and to don't look them up and to not disturb their environment, their loving environments, I say God bless and be with you, because that's a beautiful thing for a mother to do, knowing that she may have messed up in life and may have caused a lot of hardship to her children. I say God bless and be with you. Thank you. This is Sylvia Randolph again, signing off. Having a wonderful, wonderful morning with some coffee at Starbucks and my little cheesecake chocolate brownie. I love chocolate. Chocolate is so good. Anyways, have a wonderful day. Thank you.